Alright, what's going on, everybody? Alright, so today we're playing some Nations Roleplay 3. Alright, so today's scenario is going to be, what if Latin Union came back? Alright, what if Latin Union came back? So this is known as a little alliance, this was known as like a little like some. So yeah, this is basically known as like a little an organization, alright, and this is kind of like all the countries that spoken language first before English. Alright, so today we are going to do that. Alright, so today's video we're going to be doing what if Latin Union came back in 2025, and what if they went on an imperial conquest and destroyed countries. So their kind of like strongest area will be mainly the biggest. So they are now actually one of the biggest countries before Russia. Okay, Russia's still bigger, but they are bigger. They're kind of like the reason why they're mainly big is because of America, right? And yeah, so they are in Europe. They're in Africa. They're actually pretty much in every single continent. Alright, so they're over here. And they're technically not in it. Well, yeah, so they are in every single continent of the world. Alright, so yeah, this union does expand. So this union is mainly from when countries got colonized by so this main union is led by the Europeans. I don't know how these two got in the mix. I don't know why they're in there, but yeah, I don't know. I think mainly this union is like all around the world, all the others. I think they're around. They went when they got colonized. Like Spanish Empire, obviously they hold all these. Brazil, like them, and yeah. All right, so today, well, I won't say much because France, they don't really have their colonies in there. Alright, I would say I don't know why the French colonies are in there, but alright. So let's decide. So today's video is going to be what if the Latin Union. So now Latin Union wouldn't really do that much in Asia, as obviously China's there, and they could easily just kick Philippines. So they're not really going to do much in Asia. They are gonna kind of stay out of this area for a little bit. Now. They are going to focus on America. So the first target is going to be Suriname and Guyana. Alright, now with their power, they're easily going to beat them, okay? So yeah. Now, Africa, again, they're not really going to do... Well, they are going to do quite a bit in Africa, okay? Because they are, they got strong powers in Africa, so they are obviously going to... Their military is going to be everywhere. Now, they're going to mainly focus in Europe, alright? Europe and kind of America, but not much. I would say America would... I don't know how strong they are. Yeah. Now, Latin Union is going to be strong. I don't really think they're going to be strong as the USA, though. But they are going to be, somewhat strong. Because they have got, France, which is 7th, and then they've got Italy, which is the 10th. So, spot in the world. So they are going to probably be, somewhere around the 4th or 3rd, between all these countries. Maybe even 2nd. But I don't really think they'll be in match surpass USA. So they probably won't mess so much with USA. Now, we're going to pretend today that the Latin Union, not Latin Union, that NATO doesn't exist. So the first target in Europe is going to be Slovenia, as they go over here. Now the capital state will be Rome. Alright, Rome will be known as the capital, alright, of the Latin Union. So they're gonna make sure they protect Italy, Rome as much as they possibly could. Alright, now. There is a couple spots where, they are kind of weakened. So obviously in Asia, they are kind of weakened because, China's there, and China could easily kick them in the Philippines and also Timor-Leste. So those are two, areas that were they're weak. So yeah, they are kind of weak there. They're kind of weak in Africa, up here at least, because they don't have much there. And look, yeah, America are actually very powerful, because they've got a lot of territory, right? And then Europe, they are also kind of powerful. Not really much here, but over here, yeah. Anyways, yeah, they are going to start connecting. Now, the next target for them is going to be Hungary. So they're going to cross on both sides. Also, it's technically the revenge of Romania, so that's kind of what they also want to do. Right? And officially, they're going to defeat Romania. I'm not even really going to say anything because, Hungary's going to defeat easily. And now they're officially connecting. All right, they're officially connecting their little their territory over here in Romania, Moldova, over to the main territory. Now, back over in over here, the next saga is going to be Belize. Well, the next saga is just going to be removing all different like little powers. Now they are stronger than Britain, so they are easily going to kick out Britain. But they aren't really. But if they do, obviously America will come in. So obviously it's going to be a bit of trouble for them. Now they are going to eventually take over all of the most of the Caribbean nations and also Belize. All right, they're not really going to take on the British part yet. Oh, awesome. I forgot to do little remnants of the country as well. So yeah, I'm not really. I was in the one part. It's kind of mostly like most guys, not a lot of it because obviously Morocco's not in it and they were a colony of Spain. All right, so yeah. But here we go. Now, after this, their next target is going to be Croatia. So they are going to cross down here. So they're going to mainly do some expansion in the Baltic. Now, Michael's joined us. So after this, next target is going to be Croatia. No, Croatia. Bosnia. Alright. Now Serbia's gonna get mad and they are gonna they're not really gonna declare war, but they are gonna get mad. Alright. Dude, I've not seen Michael all day today. Well, I mean I wasn't in school, but I not really spoke to him in a while. Oh my god. I'm not. Well, I mean, I was saying one thing. It's not that. I meant to say I've not seen his main account in a long time. Because he's been on another account. So, oh my god, dude. All right. So after this, they're going to declare war on Serbia. So they're going to cross to up the top right here. And the Rays are going to defeat Serbia. Now after this, they're going to attack Kosovo and Montenegro. And then they are going to. And yeah. All right. Now, after this, they're going to move into Bulgaria. And they're also going to defeat Bulgaria. And then basically North Macedonia, Albania, and so they are going to do a little bit of Balkan expansion until they're almost done. Alright, after this, they're now going to move up here and attack Slovakia. Now, some countries like Czechia, Poland, Germany, Austria, and Ukraine, they're all going to be very worried because of this big, massive union. So, yeah, they are going to kick out... they are going to be a very worried union, but they're not really going to unite yet. Alright, as yet. So, now, the Allied Union are going to kind of stop... are going to pause in Europe, because they do know that the Russia could maybe join in, and they could unite with them. So, yeah, they're not going to... Yeah, now... They're going to move on over here to Africa, so they kind of want to strengthen their African colonies a little bit. So the first target for them is going to be, going to be the Gambia. So they're easily going to defeat Gambia because it's surrounded. Now, for some of now over here, they're going to focus mainly over here. So the first target is going to be in Namibia, in Africa, in the southern part, for the Portuguese area, and they are going to easily defeat them. After this, they're going to defeat Malawi, and they are eventually going to defeat, what is it called? Zambia? So Zambia or Zimbabwe. I always forget that area. No. Yeah, I think it is Zambia. Yeah, so they're going to defeat Zambia, so basically connecting Angola and Mozambique territory or colonies. After this, they're going to move into Botswana and Zimbabwe, and them two are going to get defeated. After this, they're going to declare war on South Africa. Okay, now they're going to move up here. They're going to move them for all sides, basically all fronts, and yeah, we do see the collapse of them, and also Eswatini and Lesotho. So they are going to kind of create like a South African Union, but after this, they're going to move up here to the DRC. Now, they are going to move up here. And they're going to ease feet. Okay. Now, they're not really going to have much success over here, so obviously these colonies are kind of weak. So that's going to be like their weak territory. So they are obviously going to, deploy a bunch of men from the main area and kind of support this. So after they deploy some men, they're going to declare war on this nation. I don't know why I'm kind of forgetting about African nations. Is this Senegal? No, it's Senegal. Whatever this nation is, they're going to declare on that, and then they're going to declare on Sierra Leone, and then Liberia. Which is going to make America mad, but they're not really going to attack yet. Now, the next target is going to be they're going to declare war on this nation, and then eventually Togo, and yeah, they're going to do pretty good over here. Now, after this, I always kind of forget my African nations, like, but because Africa's not really my best knowledge of like knowing nations. I'm still kind of about knowing African nations. Anyways, so back over here, so then after this, they're going to declare war on West Sahara, alright, which you're going to need to defeat. Now, after this, they're going to declare war on Mauritania, and after this, also Burkina Faso, and then also Mauritania. After this time, they are going to do really well. Alright, now the next goal is to kind of, the new plan, now, after this, they're going to declare war on the Republic of the Congo, and after this, Gabon. So the kind of goal is to basically connect these two little parts and make it like a full African colony area. Alright, so that's kind of what the goal is. So after this, they're going to move into Niger and also Nigeria. And after this, Sao Tome and Principe. And then they're going to move into Chad right here, and also Cameroon, and then also the Central African Republic. Alright, and after some time, they're officially going to connect both African colonies, making like a one giant area of Africa. Now, after this, they're going to declare war on Austria. Alright, so they're going to moving up to Austria, and the race is going to be. Eventually, we are going to start seeing some countries like Russia, China, India, America, a couple of different countries who are bordering this union. They're all going to be worried because the Latin Union is coming big. Alright, so they're all eventually. So there's going to be a little bit of a union made. So first of all, we've got the Europeans. So Germany is going to make a little union with a couple of countries. So Czechia is going to join it. The Benelux is going to join it as well. Followed by that, I think Michael might have left. Yeah, he did. So after this, we've also got Poland. So, but eventually, a European league. Well, so quite a few nations are going to start uniting in order to defeat this behemoth. So Germany's going to form a union. Russia is going to actually attack this union themselves. All right, now I would say one thing: Russia's obviously going to be weak in this scenario. All right, yeah. Well, they aren't really weak. A little bit, I would say. Now, these countries are going to say to Latin Union, if you declare war if you stop invading in Europe, we won't attack you. Now, Latin Union is obviously going to say yeah. Now it's actually becoming smart. Alright, it's actually a smart idea for them. Alright, as obviously they are going to start. They are probably going to have to mess with with the Germans and the Russians. Now Russia's going to quickly make a union themselves. Greece is going to join it, obviously, because they want protection. They don't really like the Russians, but they're only joining it really just to protect themselves from us. Okay. Also followed by with Turkey. I know Turkey wouldn't really join it, but they're only joining it for now because obviously they don't really want to be fine with us. Now this union is going to be a little bit stronger, this Russian union, but it's not really for attacking. It's only for protection. Alright, as they don't really want to be attacked by Russians. Now they're going to declare war on Georgia and also Armenia. And Azerbaijan. Alright, and eventually also time these nations are going to die. Alright, only because they want to connect. So they are going to send aid over to Greece and Turkey, so then that way they stop Latin Union from expanding. So yeah. Now, Britain is going to join the German Union in order for yeah. So Britain's going to also join this union, and they are going to become like the second in command. Alright, so after the Germans. Followed by that, we also have Ireland. Alright, so this kind of union. Alright, so there we go. Now, this union. Followed by is Denmark. And yeah. Now, this union, the German union, are going to become allies, and they are going to stop this union. Now, America is obviously going to put military on the border because they are kind of worried that this union will invade them. Alright, so America's being worried and they are putting men on the border just in case, to declare war. So obviously Latin Union can't go with America or Europe. Alright, as Russia's strong. So now they can't really do Asia either. So obviously China's getting worried. So China. So yeah, eventually there's quite a bit going on in this nation, and eventually we also have So now after this, we've got another union taking place, which is going to be the rest of Africa. Okay, the rest of Africa is going to unite in order to kind of stop this, union from existing. So eventually, you've got an African Union taking place to kind of stop this union from expanding. Now, obviously, the Latin Union isn't really scared, but they are kind of, because this union is going to gain aid from Russian USA. So after some time, this union is going to form, which is known as, well, it's not really an African Union, but it's like a union to stop the expansion of Line Union. So Line Union is going to now be a little bit worried, but not much. All right, they are really strong. They are going to be worried in Asia, America, and Europe. But Africa, they're not really as worried. All right, so now another union is going to take place. Which is going to be like the Chinese Union. So Vietnam's going to join it along with Cambodia and Laos. Followed by that is going to be Taiwan and also Japan. Alright, they're only joining it just so then Latin Union doesn't attack in America. Alright, as obviously, no, you're Asia. Alright, so yeah. Now, with these unions uniting, Latin Union is going to be now very scared in Asia as they don't want to lose Philippines. Alright, now eventually, after some time, Latin Union is going to make a mistake as they accidentally shoot a German plane patrolling, and the war starts. So, the African Union. So, quickly, what Latin Union is going to do first, they're going to attack into the African Union. Okay, they're going to kind of go through South Sudan. They're going to kind of do some real good damage over here to the line over here. Now they're gonna lose over here in Asia as China declares war on them, and the Philippines is gonna go down. Alright, so after some time they're gonna keep going through it here. Now eventually after some time they are gonna lose the Philippines. This is what they're gonna lose the most, alright, in this continent. Now also followed by that, Indonesia is gonna join this as they want Latin Union dead as well. So they're gonna take over over here. USA is going to follow in. They're going to declare war, so they're going to be quite powerful in America as the Latin Union is strong now, but they are going to do the first blow, which is pushing them out of Mexico. Right now, Canada is going to join this and send aid over to America. So yeah, now over here in Europe, we've got the Russian Union. Then we've got the Russians who are going to do very well. They're going to attack in Moldova up here. And they're going to kind of move down here, and they're going to do the first blow. Alright. Now, Line Union is obviously not going to wait around. They are going to attack as well. So, Line Union is going to attack into Germany, into Munich, and down here. They're going to attack also into over here. Now, with the Russians, they're going to kind of focus on attacking the Latin Union over here into Romania. Alright, so after some time, they're going to focus on attacking Romania. So they're going to kick them out of Bulgaria, and they're going to kind of move to liberate a lot of the Baltics. Right now, Line Union is going to get some aid over here, and they are going to quickly push back the Russians out of their territory. All right, and they're going to kind of retake all of Romania and start to retake back Bulgaria. Now, for the African Union, they are going to do really badly here. Alright, as obviously the Latin Union is going to do most of the damage. They're going to kick him out of, they're almost going to kick him out of Sudan. Alright, and eventually going to split up the African Union from the rest. Now, the whole world is now going to realize this Latin Union is going to be an enemy, and a lot of them are, and India is now going to join it. They're going to support the Latin Union by getting them aid. African Union. So African Union is going to start a bit of a defense. Alright, so with this defense, they are going to push back. They are going to push back a little bit, but not much. Alright, so push them out Sudan. Now, obviously for the Latin Union, they are going to be too powerful in Africa. Well, as they got 1 million troops, so they are going to have a really big foothold in Africa. Alright. Now in America, that's kind of where they are losing it a bit. So they are going to push them back quite a bit. Obviously, the Latin Union, they're just going to push back, right? And yeah, the Latin Union is going to push back, right? Now, obviously, for like America, they do realize that this union was in the past, and they did disband it, right? And now that they came back, so their goal and not the rest of the world. Well, yeah. Now, eventually, UN is okay. Yeah, no alliances. Now, eventually the whole world is going to realize that Latin Union is a threat. So they're all gonna declare war on Latin Union. All right, a big twist to this video. So all of the civil wars and all that stuff, they're all gone. All right, as all the world is now uniting to defeat the Latin Union. All right, so. India and China they're giving massive support to the African Union along with all these other countries, and then the African Union is gonna push back, right? So, the African Union is gonna push back in Sudan and South Sudan. They're gonna be a lot more powerful now as they've got help from Russia, and then not Russia. They got help from tons of countries. Now, the Russian Union is going to do really well as they are going to push back in Serbia and also Bosnia. All right. Now, when Latin Union's against the whole world, that's kind of what they're mostly doing. Now, they are going to they're going to eventually take back all of their men from the Balkans, and they're going to kind of just make sure they're defend here. So, the Germans are now going to attack over here in Slovakia. Taking over them and also taking over Hungary, kind of splitting up the Latin Union once again. All right. Now, quickly, Russia is going to quickly go through Romania, go through Bulgaria, and they're going to go through Romania. So eventually, kicking out the Latin Union from there. Now, Latin Union is going to set out every troop in Italy, as you know that's their capital, right, and they don't really want to lose it. So that's kind of what they're doing. That's kind of what they're doing it mostly. Now, this African Union is going to be really strong. Since now all the African troops are in the mainland, all right. So it's going to give a perfect chance as now some countries are just going to get attacked. I've already taken. Some countries in the Latin Union are going to quickly civil war out of the Union, so they are going to just quickly revolt, or they're actually going to go ahead and they're going to civil war against the Latin Union. And yeah, so the over here we've got some countries revolting against the Latin Union, and they're going to, once they've kind of gotten out of the country, they're going to once they've gotten out of the Latin Union, they are going to join in on the African Union. So eventually, this is going to make what's weekend. Now, eventually, they're going to kick them out of Bosnia, and the DRC is done being the Latin Union, and they are going to quickly revolt and get out of it. Same thing with Gabon. Now Congo isn't really gonna. Alright, and then followed by Congo, and then we do eventually have the attack of Portugal, which Latin Union is gonna surrender. Well, over here, and after some time, Latin Union is going to be almost kicked out of Africa, and eventually after some time they are going to be fully kicked out of Africa. Alright. As all the countries are going to officially revolt. Right? So, that's kind of it for Africa. They're going out of Africa and they're going out of America. Alright, or should I say Asia. Now over here, USA is going to keep on attacking. They're actually the Latin Union is going to go over here. Okay, they're going to push back the USA a little bit. Now, since a lot of the American all these troops are in Europe, fighting over here in Europe, it's going to give a perfect chance for USA. All right, as they're going to quickly attack in the over here in the Caribbean, kick them out over here. Now they're going to quickly go back into America over here. Alright, there is troops over here. Now they are actually losing a little bit as they've lost all their African colonies. So now going down quite a bit. So now the Americans are going to see a better chance, and they're just going to keep them striking through. Alright, now they're going to strike through. They're going to bust through America. So Latin Union is going to protect themselves in South America, but not really as much. So America's going to obviously keep on attacking. And with this, the Latin Union is going to die. Now Latin Union is going to be very mad as the whole world is going against them. So, yeah.